that swollen?
Yeah. And everyone regrets shit they do when they're 16, you know? He had, like, huge gear. Like, he was, like... He looks totally different, you know what I mean? He grew out of that. He was, like, hip-hop. Like, he looked funny. I mean, we all looked funny back then. We were young, you know? He skated very conventionally then, you know what I mean? Like, I think he was, like, doing what he thought other people wanted him to do. I think that now he kind of does what he wants, and that's what makes him happy, and I think that's fine.
By the time he got to Mosaic, do you think he was a different person from Photosynthesis?
I feel like around the end of Mosaic, he was. But people change every, like, 10 minutes. Like, 10 minutes ago, I was in my sweatpants in that bed right there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was definitely changing. I mean, those years, from, like, 16 to 24, people change, like, significantly, you know? You're a kid, you don't know what you're doing. You're trying things to see what you like, you know what I mean? And then eventually down the line, you, like, know what you like. All his friends that skated don't skate no more. He skated with Rob Pulowski, who has 2 kids and works in fucking sand and wood all day. What's up, Rob? I love Rob. Rob's one of my best friends, man. I haven't seen him in a long time, but us 3 were real close. Like, we were, like, hang every day.
Come on, Pop. You got for this.
You know, they were just my friends growing, you know, like since I'm 15 on. You know, in skating or outside of skating, we could like have a cup of coffee and have a chat or something, talk about normal shit. Rob always had a good attitude of like kind of knowing this isn't, and kind of trained me where I think it's a good mentality where people take the skating thing too serious and it's like you're not a fucking rock star and like this. Skaters have a problem being like a realist and just, you know, it's going to end. And Rob always had a good level head of like, well, this isn't going to last forever. So, well, we have off time and we're getting paid to do nothing. You know, let's go do something and go on a road trip or something. And it was always fun. It was cool.
Philly was dead. It was just, it wasn't. It was just dead. I felt like I needed a change in my life. So I always wanted to live in New York. And Anthony he's always, you know, he's from Long Island. He came up there with me. You know, we got an apartment together. We lived together. It was great. That was a good year of my life, living on 1st and 10th. And then things started to change then. Like I had a kid and, you know, I had to do what I had to do there. And then I got kicked off of Habitat, you know, and then I started to realize that skateboarding wasn't for me, you know, in the long run. I would skate with him every day and kind of, I think when I left, it was kind of like a last friend on the team, you know? It's like Anthony's a really down-to-earth guy, you know what I mean? He's like, there's no ego involved. There's no, like, he just wants to go skateboard, have a good time, you know what I mean? Like, just enjoy his time there, and you get in a van or you go on a trip, and it's like, within 5 minutes, like, dudes, they won't stop talking about themselves.
Hey, man, it's a great company. It's like, at one time, I think when I first got on Alien, it was heavily East Coast and had all those like influences and those people behind it and style and ideas and aesthetics, and I think that did die out, you know, and I don't know who to say if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, that's what makes it just skating, and it's just, I'm sure there's tons of kids, you know, in California that love Alien now that didn't like it, you know, when it was more. So it's just like, you know, who's to say that it was better then? But I think it was more of an East Coast vibe at a point, like one of those older types of teams, like Rick and those dudes. Like, you know, you'll catch them all skating together in California.
I feel like, I mean, he's workshop forever, dude. I mean, he had the tattoo. He had a workshop tattoo. You know, I don't even know if he still has it, but I think he does. It's right on his wrist, but. And then, you know, Alien changed, or like it was like that, dude. It was like then all these new dudes got on. Anthony got on the chocolate. right after that. It was like seriously, like I feel like a couple months after that, he was just like, yo, I want chocolate.
I don't know. Anthony just wanted to be with dudes that kind of like, like Mike Carroll, Rick Howard. They went out, skated, had a good time, came home, like did their own thing, had like a little family feeling thing going on. But at workshop at that time, it was kind of like everyone was out to be number one. He was like, I just need something changed, something more me. You know what I mean? Something more his style. But it was more laid back. It wasn't so like in your face, like attitude type of stuff. I mean, I know he's a huge fan of Gino. And Keenan for sure too. And yeah, I mean, I think those guys made him feel more, more comfortable. Just more let Anthony just be Anthony.